Today, we're going to talk about the stack that you need to be successful. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to the iProv vlog where we help you grow your business. Pat, great to see you again today. How are you?
Doing great, Joe. How are you?
Dude, I am pumped. Tell us about the leadership stack today.
Well, you know, in our last couple of videos, we were talking about a typical manager sort of problem-solving process, and then we laid out our recipe for solving complex business problems that we call VSTA. And so today we want to talk about how the VSTA process will let you empower others to help you accomplish your desired outcomes, help you get to the destination that you want to get to. And I think that's what every business leader wants. Whether you're a middle manager and you're sort of leading a team, or whether you're a business owner trying to grow your business. I mean, everybody wants sort of to give other people the reins to help them get where they want.
Well, I also know the last thing that we mentioned on the last video, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it after, was letting go of the vine a little bit. And I know for a lot of leaders, that is the hardest and most challenging part of this entire thing.
Yeah, and letting go of the vine, that's from a book that we all love called Traction. But in our shop, we say letting go and letting others, because letting go is really important. But somebody has to pick up that work, right? And so you've got to let others take that work on. And honestly, I know for me, and I know that you struggle with it sometimes, and for a lot of our consulting clients, it is the most challenging part of being a leader, but it is crucial. And I want to re-emphasize that. It is crucial not only for your own growth and health, but for the growth and health of your business too. Neither can flourish if you are sort of the central hub through which everything flows through. Getting your team on board the idea and fired up to help you, you really need a set of tools. And really what that does is it gives your team instructions, it sets expectations, and it really informs them on how the work needs to be done. You also need a set of tools that allow you to check in. But do it at a high level so that you're comfortable giving up that control and moving on to work on the next thing. And we tell our clients all the time, focus on the work that only you can do, and let others handle everything else. And that's where the leadership stack comes in, Joe. And tell us about the first part of the leadership stack.
Well, absolutely. And that's what we teased earlier, is this leadership stack. So we've got 5 parts to what we call the leadership stack. The very first thing is your core values, right? That is where all of these things begin. We always say you should hire, fire, pick your vendors, your strategic partners, everything should align with your core values, and you need to make it clear. We use the analogy of marriage all the time, right? If you go to church 3 days a week, but your partner doesn't, it'll probably work out for a little bit, but there's going to be a tipping point where those 2 core values don't mesh up. And it's the same with your business, where you have to have a clearly established set of core values that everybody in the organization follows. This also allows you to be able to trust the folks that you lead, and even other teammates, if you know that they're aligned with the way that you feel, believe, and act whenever no one else is around.
Yeah, and so, sort of a simplification of that is core values attract the right people to your business, no matter whether that's employees or customers. And once you've got the right people attracted to your business, it's really, really important to give them a destination to work toward. And that's where step 2, a clear vision comes in. Once you've got those core values and you've attracted the right people, having a destination and something to sort of sell everybody on, a vision of what the world looks like when you are successful, that's huge. And it really does help you align people to your cause. It gives them a greater purpose, which is hugely important. Now, once you've sort of got that definition in mind, once you've sort of got that destination in mind, tell us what the next most important part of the stack is, Joe.
Yeah, it's defined roles and responsibilities, right? We keep talking about this VSTA process, this, mountaintop analogy. Well, everybody's got a clear responsibility. Everybody has to make sure the rope is secure and the anchor is properly into the rock that you're caught. Same thing with a business, is you need to have defined roles and responsibilities. It doesn't mean everybody has to have a title, or you can't swap things around, or other teammates can't step up when somebody's struggling. It just means that for us to reach our vision, there needs to be defined roles and responsibilities for everybody in the organization.
Yeah, and really, what we're doing is we're sort of answering the who, why, where, when, what, and how, right? The core values is the who. Do we want to attract? The clear vision is where are we going? Defined roles and responsibilities are how we're going to get there, and who is going to do what along the way. The next part is making sure that those people with those roles and responsibilities have clearly defined and publicly available processes and documentation to work from. Really, a leader's job is to build the steps towards success, right? It's our job to build those processes and provide the training, provide the checklists to make sure that people can show up every day and be as successful as possible. Once again, it's also the thing that lets us let go and let others, more easily. And so talk about how we do that at iProv specifically, because I've seen how a lot of companies operated in my career, and no one does it like iProv.
Well, it's just that. It's also the hard part, the thing that's not very fun to do, defining all of your processes and documenting as many of them as you can. But it helps save the organization from that one individual with tribal knowledge that might, disappear because they get hit by a bus or they just move on like all employees will eventually. So it's the thing for me that's not specifically very, very much fun, but finding that kind of one single source of truth that you can revert people back to is hugely important.
Yeah, like you said, always be moving from individual knowledge to institutional knowledge. Mm-hmm. And the last thing, is a weekly meeting to measure progress and discuss challenges. Mm-hmm. Every business has issues, and it's important that you get them out in the open, that you come up with game plans as they come up, and that you're looking at some sort of measurable numbers, some sort of index that says, are we making the right decisions week to week?
Yep. I mean, Dave Ramsey talks about this all the time. We're big fans of their methodology. Everybody in the organization has a number. So making sure that everybody has a number and that they know what the number is, and then not being afraid to discuss challenges. Conflict is not a bad thing. As long as it's within the confines of how can we make sure that we are moving the organization in the proper direction.
Yeah, so I mean, it is once again a simple but not easy set of tools that sort of allows business leaders to give leadership to others. That's really what you're trying to do is share your influence and give away some of the things that make you a leader, because by growing other leaders, you allow yourself to step back and take on bigger challenges. Yeah. And really and truthfully, it allows you to quit working in the business and work on the business.
No, that's a big thing. You should be spending your time as a leader on the business, not in the business. So again, easy for us to say, we know, but we've been in the exact same spot where we had to build these things so we could get out of that day to day. Again, I love what Pat said in an earlier video, which is it's simple but not easy, right? Simple is where the wisdom lives.
Yeah, and there you go. I mean, I think easy is for suckers, but simple is where wisdom comes from. Finding ways to simplify as much as possible and use the lessons that you learn to continue to make it as simple as you possibly can and no simpler. So that's it.
And again, we're going to dig into these, so stay tuned. Next week, we're going to spend an entire week just talking about vision. So if you remember the leadership stack, core values, clear vision, define roles and responsibilities, publicly available processes and documentation, and then a weekly meeting to measure progress and discuss challenges. We're going to break each one of these things up in the next coming weeks to, again, give you the roadmap that you need to start instituting this stuff in your organization. So do us a favor, share this with another business leader that you know. Share it with just one friend, just one individual. They don't have to be an owner. They don't even have to manage their own organization. If we can impart any type of our knowledge that would help at any level of any organization, that's what we're here to do. So share this with one person if you're watching this. Like, subscribe, comment. Love to hear feedback from you guys. And until next time, thanks, Pat. Peace, peeps.